BOSU Core workout for you using the BOSU. If you have a spine corrector or arc barrel, the BOSU is basically taking the place of that today. So we're going to get started. I'm going to sit up on top, the apex of the dome of the BOSU, or the top of it. I'm going to start with my legs out long and as straight as I can. You can soften your knees if you need to. Finding your neutral spine and sitting up nice and tall. Starting with the arms forward, I just want a little breath into the posterior ribs. So I want you to breathe in and out. Feel your ribs expand back into the sides and then let it go. As you exhale, the ribs knit together and the abs tighten. So bring a little awareness to that breath. Now we're going to right into a little spinal flexion. So big inhale, and as we exhale, flex forward, reaching forward over my toes, pulling my abs in, pelvis vertical, and then restack my spine. Big breath in, exhale, flex forward, reaching over the toes, and then restacking the spine. Two more like that. Exhale to reach. Inhale, rebuild. Exhale to reach. Inhale to rebuild. I'm going to take this into a spine twist. So I'm going to start with my shoulders down and connected here. Reaching arms wide to the side. I'm going to twist on my exhale. I'm going to come up back about halfway and then twist a little further and a little further. Inhale through center. Exhale, unwind, wind a little more, a little more. Inhale to rotate. Inhale. Inhale. One more time. And we rotate and bring it back. We can right into a little saw. I'm going to combine those two moves. So I'm going to rotate to one side and reach for my opposite pinky toe. And then I'm going to rebuild, rotate to center, rotate to the second side, and reach arms in opposition as I flex forward, come back up, rotate to center. Rotate, flex and reach, restack, back to center. Rotate, reach like I'm sawing off my pinky toe, restack, and back to center. A little lateral flexion here. I'm going to put my one hand down against the BOSU, pressing in as my other one comes up by my ear. And then I'm just going to take a little side bend. Breathe into that, and then come back up. I'm going to switch hands. Reach up and over, abs drawing in, pulling down with that rib on the bottom side as I stretch the top side. One more each side. And I'm going to reach up and over, and then bringing it up. And reach up and over, and bringing it up. All right, I'm going to scoot down about halfway down my BOSU. So I'm down on the slope of that. And we're going to do a little half roll back. So feet are planted about 6 bone distance apart out in front of me. Arms are going to reach out. I'm going to set those shoulders, and then I'm going to curl my tailbone back. I'm going to roll it back. Inhale to stay. Exhale to sit back up top. So think that you're trying to get the tag of your pants onto the top of the BOSU as you roll back, pause, and then sit back up. We're going to roll it back as we exhale, and then curl back up top. One more. We're going to roll it back and curl it up. Now we're going to roll back and stay. So I want you to exhale as you curl back. Stay right there. Pull your belly button into your spine, into your BOSU. Lift your hands overhead. Pull them down. Lift your arms. Bring them back down. You might start feeling a little quiver in those abs. One more time. Bring arms down and sit back up tall. All right. So I'm going to add a hinge back. So this time I'm going to stack my arms like a genie, and I'm going to get a little higher in my BOSU. I'm going to sit nice and tall, and then I just want to hinge back from the hip joint, keeping my spine as neutral as I can. Find your quiver spot, and then come back up. All right, so shoulders are down. It's a hinge back. We do this on the reformer on our short box. And come back up. Sit tall, hinge, lean, crown of the head and tailbone, reaching long away from each other, and bring it back up. I'm gonna hold this next one back. I'm gonna reach back with my spine, find where those abs are catching me like little suspenders. Now I'm gonna take one hand out to the side and bring it back. And then the other hand, and back to that genie. Reaching, reaching. So as I do this, as I reach, I feel the opposite side oblique kick in to catch me. I bring it back and sit back up tall. All right, so now I got a couple advanced challenges. I'll give you some variations. So I'm gonna scooch a little bit back down that slope, and I'm gonna roll back. I can hold the back of my thighs if I need to. I'm gonna try to find my whole low back on there. I'm gonna bring one leg up to tabletop, okay? And then the other one. You can always keep a foot down and do this one side at a time. I'm gonna do a little single leg stretch here. So one leg reaching, the other one pulling in, trying to keep my balance on that BOSU as I reach and pull, reach and pull. I'm gonna put my foot down and sit back up. All right, again, I'm gonna do double leg stretch now. And again, like I started to say, you can keep one foot down if you need this nicer. Shoulders down. I'm gonna roll it back and find that balance point. One leg and the other to tabletop if I can. My hands are on the side of my shins. I'm gonna reach overhead as I take my legs out, and I'm gonna scoop it right back in. Inhale to reach, exhale to scoop. Could circle the arms if you want. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale, and sit it back up. All right, for crisscross, I am going to keep one leg down. So I'm gonna roll myself back, bring one leg to tabletop, hands behind my head, and then I'm gonna reach and pull. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. One more time. Sit it up, because I need a timeout. Same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna roll back, I'm gonna find that quiver spot, hands behind my head, other leg up. I'm gonna rotate and reach. Rotate and reach. 3 more, reach. 2, and 1, and rock myself up. Okay. From here, I'm gonna go prone or face down. Pelvis, pubic bone to hip bones, asitis, that, I'm gonna try to find that on top of the apex or top of the BOSU. I'm gonna keep my feet down for now. My hands are gonna stack and make a little pillow for my forehead. And I'm gonna still find my shoulder blades connecting down. And depending on your torso to leg length ratio, you may need to move on your BOSU a little bit. So, first move is just a nice little hip extension. So we're gonna lift a leg from the seat and lower. Right there at that gluteal fold where your hamstrings and glutes meet, or your thigh and your butt. Some of us call it your thut. And we're just reaching long, pulling the belly in. So I'm trying to pretend like that BOSU has a hot coal on it and I don't want to get burned. I'm gonna reach and reach and then rest it down. All right. I'm gonna lift both legs together now. So head is down, shoulders are strong, and I'm gonna lift both legs up. I'm gonna lower them a little bit and reach along. So this should all be connected in the upper body, and everything above the hips stays still. I'm gonna lower and lift. 3 more. 2 more. And then rest it down a moment. All right, we're gonna take this into swimming legs or a little flutter. So head and shoulders down, shoulder blades connected on the back, rib cage connected on the front, legs come up. Now I'm just gonna flutter, flutter. Trying not to shift too much side to side. Pulling belly in, extending hips. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest it down. All right, heel beats. I'm gonna turn out like a little Pilates V stance, reaching legs out, heels are together. Now I'm gonna do a little ankle beat. So I'm gonna open and close, open and close. I wanna find glutes, abs are still strong, inner thighs. Now pick up the tempo. 8, 7, 6, 5,
8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down.
Okay, little circles from here. We're gonna go 5 each direction. So shoulders down, ribs lifted, legs out on that diagonal. Now up, out, down, up, out, down. 3, 2, 1. Pause when you get back up to the top. Start. Now lower down, open to the side, meet at the top. Find all those hip and thigh muscles, circling it around. 3, 4, 5, and bring it down. All right, that should have been some good backside. Now, we're gonna move just a little bit back on the BOSU. So we're a little bit pubic bone just down from the apex. My hands are gonna go down into a little forearm plank position. And I want my legs long and a little bit turned out apart just to protect the low back. We're gonna do a little swan. So I wanna start by kind of looking down towards the BOSU. I'm gonna slide my shoulder blades down and lift the crown of the head long. And then I'm gonna come back down. I'm gonna go shoulder blades, thoracic spine extends, cervical follows, lifting long through the crown of the head. Now, if your spine's okay with extension, we're gonna go a little higher. So as you slide it down, we're gonna press up with those hands into a higher swan. And then control your way back down. So working some extension. Keep lifting the belly to protect the back. Glutes are firing as I extend it up. And then lower back down. One more like that. Slide down, press and lift. Now, I'm gonna rock this into swan dive. If it's appropriate for you, join me. If not, do a few more swans like we just did. So my legs are gonna stay active. They're gonna come with me as I tip over and rock back up. Tip over like a rocking chair. I move together. My glutes are working a lot. I'm trying to not tuck my chin. I'm gonna do one more. And then bring it up. Sit back into the little child's pose, shell stretch. Pulling your abs in, opening your low back. Bring that into a little stretch. All right, I'm gonna sit back on top of the BOSU, kind of in the position we did earlier. And now, this is some seated abdominals. Gonna work our hip flexors, gonna work our deep abdominals. Depending on how tall you are with your BOSU, can depend on where you put your arms. They can go just hugging the back edge of the BOSU, or they can come down to the mat. I'm gonna attempt it right at the back edge of the BOSU, kind of on the wide side. I'm gonna hinge back on the back edge of my sits bone, slightly imprinted, legs to tabletop, okay? Now, from here, you can see I'm shaking a little. I'm gonna take my legs up, and I'm gonna make circles here. Lower and lift, lower and lift. 3, 4, 5. Now I'm gonna reverse it. Again, hands can come here, be a little steadier. I'm gonna lower the other way. Lower, lift it up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, I'm gonna meet in that teaser position. Lower and lift the legs together for 4. Scoop. 3, 2, 1. And then bring it up. All right, we're gonna go into some inverted now. So the nicest way to get here really is to go back to your hands, down to your forearms, and then lower your shoulders. I'm gonna put my feet up on the BOSU so I can scoot back a little bit. I want my pelvis to be on the upslope, so that's sacrum. And then you can hold on to the sides of your BOSU or just down on your mat, okay? And then bring your legs to tabletop. The weight should be even across your shoulder blades. Abs are gonna draw in. And I just wanna tap the floor back to tabletop. Tap and tabletop. Tap and tabletop. Tap and tabletop. Tap, tabletop. And then I'm gonna pause both legs at tabletop. Reaching both feet up to the sky in a nice parallel position. Again, abs are connected. Think little suspenders. They're going to catch you. They can be your work from work rainbow suspenders if you want, or you can be Urkel. So scissoring the legs. I'm going to reach one up and one down and pass and switch with control. Add a little extra reach, reach, a little reach to pulse from the seat and the abs. Reach. When we're in this inversion, we can go a little further than when we're just on a mat. Breathe. I'm going to do one more each leg. And both legs up to the sky. I'm going to rotate to my Pilates V. I'm going to hug that BOSU, get connected in my core. And I'm going to lower my legs towards my diagonal line and back up. Only go as far as you can keep those abs firing. So I'm feeling the backside, the seat muscles, the hip muscles, and the abs working. I'm going to hold the next one down long. And I'm going to crisscross. And I'm going to walk my feet up as I crisscross. And then right over left, left over right. Crisscross it back down. I'm going to do one more pass of that up. Now working inner thighs for sure, hip flexors, deep abdominals, and then hug my knees in. All right, I'm going to rotate to our little Pilates stance for frog. So my knees are pointing towards my shoulders. I'm going to press out and zip it together. I'm going to flex and draw it in and reach it out. Bring it in, reach it out. Bring it in, reach it out. I'm going to do two more. Reach and reach. Coming back to tabletop, I'm going to glue my legs together. So this is called can-can. So with the can-can, I'm going to tip my hips to one side and reach out on a diagonal line. I want this top side oblique to get nice and long spine and catch me. And then I'm going to bring it back in, rotate through center to the other hip, and reach out long. Tabletop to rotate, reach on that diagonal. Bring it in, reach it, bring it in, and reach, and reach. Let's do one more to each side. Tip and reach, tip and reach, and bring it in. All right, I'm going to bridge up small to push my BOSU away. You can also just move your body depending on how non-slip surface you have your BOSU on. But I want your feet to end up on top of it. So I'm going to bridge. This will open up those hip flexors that we're just doing a lot of work there. So if your spine is okay with articulating, I want you to articulate. I'm going to keep my head in line with the spine for safety. Open collarbones, pressing hands into the mat. As I exhale, I'm going to pelvic curl, tailbone peels up, low back, rib cage, middle back, up to my shoulder blades, and my knees reach long as I inhale. Exhale to melt down, sternum softens. That middle back, that rib cage, the low back, and then level that tailbone. So try to find all parts and pieces. So peel that spine up, pushing your feet down into the BOSU, reaching it long. And then melt it down, slow and controlled. Spinal mobilization, as well as abdominal and hip activation. So we're going to peel up again, peel the pelvis, curling up, reach knees over toes. Now, if you can, we're going to transfer the weight to one leg and do a little tabletop march. Switch and bring it down. Trying to keep hips as level as I can, so I don't want to drop or hike. So those hips are even sides through both sides of the waist and level, like I have my little contractor level and my bubble stays over my belly button. I'm going to put both feet down and lower my whole shape down. Okay? So the next bridge variation is a shoulder bridge. We're going to add leg, lower, and lift with a straight leg. You can keep it to that marching if that worked better for you. I'm going to peel myself up. I'm going to reach long. I'm pressing strong into the floor. I bring first leg to tabletop and then up to the sky. Again, hips level. I'm going to flex and pull that foot down, point it up to the sky.
pull it down and up for 3 more. The down leg is doing most of the work here. Last time up, and then bend the knee, find the BOSU. If you need to lower your hips to reset, you can. Otherwise, get that activation, glute, firing on the down leg, other leg to tabletop, and then to the sky. Long through both sides of the waist. I'm going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. 3 more, full range. 2. Last one. I come back up, bend the knee, find the foot back to the BOSU, and then lower my spine back down. All right, I'm gonna bring myself up to seated, and we're gonna do a little cat here. So I'm gonna kneel on top of the BOSU. You can put your hands on the BOSU instead of your knees if you wanted it a little bit nicer. So I'm just adding a little squishy surface here. So my hands are right under my shoulders, and I'm going to articulate head to tail and pull my abs in, stretching my shoulders. And then I'm going to lengthen tail to head. Exhale as I peel that spine up. Inhale to lengthen without losing abs. And then articulate. I'm going to do 1 more of those. Peeling up, pulling up, pushing into the BOSU in the floor to activate that opposite energy and extend. All right, here comes the fun part. We're going to take the left leg long, find your balance, and lift your right hand. It may just hover, or see if you can find it. You can always put that toe down. See how I just put that toe down versus keeping it balanced. Find what works for you. Reach away, and then bring it down. Okay, same thing other side. Take the leg out first. Get the hips and pelvis level. Shoulders strong, especially on the side that's going to stay down. And then can you lift your other arm? Again, you can put that foot down. It anchors you so much more steady. And then bring it both down. We're going to try that 1 more time on each side. You pick whether you keep your toes down or hovering. So reach left leg out long. And then right arm. Find it. I'm going to put my toe down, and I'm going to lower and lift for 5. Reach along. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to lift my toe, challenge my balance for just a second, and then bring it back. All right, last one, second side. Right leg goes out long, hips as level as I can. I'm going to get strong in that right arm and lift the left. Toe can come down, or I find my balance, reaching in opposition. I'm going to put toe down for a little more steadiness as I lower and lift. Lower and lift. 3, 2, hold. And I'm going to take that toe up again and find the balance challenge and bring it down. All right, let's do another little sit back shell. Stretch out those shoulders. Drop your head. And then bring it up. All right, a little side work. So I'm going to put my hip just a little bit above the base of the BOSU, and then my top leg is going to reach out and long. My bottom arm is just going to go down. You can support your head, or you can stay in a little forearm position, whichever one works best for you. So starting here, I said that you can keep the arm down. I kind of fibbed. We're going to take it here for a side bend. If you need this nicer, hips closer to the floor. The higher on the BOSU, the more wobble challenge. So it's a side bend. Like a little mermaid we can do over the barrels or over the short box on the reformer. 2 and 1. Now, I'm going to go a little higher on the BOSU with my hip bone. So my greater trochanter part of my hip is on top. And I'm going to reach both legs out long. The top hand's just going to go on the front of my pelvis. 1 to tell me if I'm rotating forward and back, or to give me a kickstand. Depending on your height, arm length, I have my arm a little bit further away so that I'm not too side bent up. It'll depend on what works for you. And again, you can support your head if that works better for you. Okay? Spine nice and long. Lift the top leg and lower it. Lift the top leg
and lower it. Trying to stay as square with your hips and shoulders as you can. Okay, now we're gonna add top leg, bottom leg, lower together. Top leg, bottom leg, lower together. Top, bottom, together. Up, up, down. One more like that. Up, up, down. Now, trying to balance on my side, I'm gonna do that little swimmy kick on the side again. A little swimmy kick on the side, challenging my abdominals on the sides of the waist and my hips. And then I'm gonna rest that down. All right? So, same thing other side. I'm gonna stay facing the camera. You could have turned around. And I'm gonna move my BOSU a little bit so I have space. All right. So hip kind of on top of the BOSU. Sorry, you gotta do our side bends first. Halfway. Bottom leg bent like tabletop. Top leg pressing into the floor. This top hand's just gonna slide down as I take the shape of the BOSU and I come up. This is about finding your sweet spot on the BOSU. Working this side of the waist, those obliques, some of your back muscles are firing as those abs wrap around for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. You can take a little side stretch there if you want. Okay, now I'm gonna come up higher on the BOSU. So my hips kind of on top, down on either the forearm plank position, or you can support your head with your hand. Trying to keep head in line with the spine, legs are out long. I'm gonna start with top leg. That top hand is my little kickstand, and it's also my tactile cue if I'm rolling forward or back. Just the top leg reaching long. For 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm gonna do the stagger. Top, bottom, they lower together. Top, bottom, lower together. Top, bottom, together. Up, up, down, up, down. 2 more. Up, down. Now reach them long, zip up the belly, and then flutter, swimming on the side. A little swimming on the side. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come up from there. All right. We're gonna do a front support plank and a back support plank. So a plank and a reverse plank, as some people call it. So this can be done with my hands on the side of the BOSU, or I could flip it over. So I'm gonna show you the 2 options. I can go with hands here, or if you feel more supported, or if you have broader shoulders, it's wobblier this way, but it's a little nicer on some of our wrists. I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna get strong on my shoulders. I'm gonna reach my legs out to that plank position. Quads are active, hamstrings, glutes, belly, shoulders. I feel like I'm hugging the BOSU, so my arms are active, crown of the head reaching long. And just breathe for 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, I'm gonna add a hip extension, so kind of a leg pull. Coming back up into your plank. Again, you can be on the other side. You can always go to forearms as well. So I'm gonna get strong, find my plank, find my balance, core, everything active. Now I'm gonna extend one leg up and then lower and extend and lower. Try not to go into my back, but just extend from my hip. Wider feet are more steady. I'm gonna do one more on each leg. Lift, and rest it down. All right, I'm gonna flip this BOSU back over, and then I'm gonna face the other way. All right, last exercise here today. So your hands can go on the sides of the BOSU, or you can put them behind and just skip the BOSU part of this, if that works better for you. So to check your position, your hands are gonna be a little bit wide and behind your shoulders. So you can go into like a little reverse bridge, like that. That's a little nicer. We're gonna take legs out long. Staying parallel, pointed toes and zipped up can be a little nicer if you hyperextend your knees, or you can rotate ever so slightly out. So first thing, you'll notice my shoulders are up high. I'm gonna pull my shoulders down and then lift my pelvis and try to find that nice long line. Breathe. Squeezing glutes, reaching everything long, and then rest it down. Okay? I'm gonna add a leg lift, 3 on each side, which is totally optional. You can just hold that plank. Knees bent is also acceptable, right? So shoulders first, connect the abs, lift the pelvis, and then I'm gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Reset if you need to. I'm gonna go right to the other leg. Ribs in, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, and sit it down. All right. So inhale to sit cross-legged with me. I'm gonna reach those arms out to the side. I'm gonna take a nice side bend over. And then I'm gonna take a side bend the other way. And I'm gonna reach up and look up to the sky, extending, opening my heart a little bit. I'm gonna circle arms around behind me. Either push into the floor or interlace your fingers and press down, opening the heart. Eye gaze slightly up to where your ceiling and wall meet. And then we're gonna flex forward. I'm just gonna keep my pelvis vertical, and I'm just gonna drop head and chest and just breathe. One more breath. And then stack the spine. So there's my BOSU Core workout, doing Pilates, arc barrel, and spine corrector moves using the BOSU as that barrel. I hope you joined me and watched all the way through. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.